Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Normal is broke and common sense is weird. So we're here to help you transform your life from the Ramsey Network in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. This is The Ramsey Show, and I'm Rachel Cruze, hosting this hour with Dr. John Delony. And it's a special show because we're kicking off our money and marriage events and have many people here in studio that are going to be attending the event, which is so fun. And so we are here, though, on this show to take your calls. So you can give us a call at 888-825-5225. The lines are open. So we're here to talk about your life and your money. Up first, all the way in Alaska, we got Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, how you doing?
We're doing great. How can we help?
So my question is, now that I am engaged to the most amazing woman in the world, when we do get married, we've agreed that we want to combine our finances into one account and do that together. But I've never combined finances with anybody before, even in my first marriage. And two is I actually kind of have some control issues that I know I have. So my question is what advice would you guys give to people and how we can be successful in doing that together?
It's a great question. Very self-aware, Aaron.
Wait, tell me about your control issues. For a person with control issues to say that sentence out loud, that tells me you're pretty special. What does control issues mean?
I've spent the last couple years in therapy kind of getting over my own personal things and stuff like that the last year or two. I think for me, I get really frustrated when, part of it's kind of like not getting my way, or I think this is the best way to do this. Why aren't we doing this way? And then just kind of micromanaging things and stuff like that. And I know it's been an issue in past relationships. And obviously this isn't something that I want to get in the way with me and my fiance.
Bro, this is what changing a family tree looks like in real life. I'm super proud of you, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
Like for real. To be able to say, I've hurt people in the past, I've not been the guy that I want to be, and I want to do something different, and I'm going to go get the education, and now I'm asking for wisdom on okay, rubber meets the road, how do I do this thing? That's how the whole country will change if people will start doing what you're doing right now. So hear me say, I'm proud of you, dude. It's awesome.
Well done.
Thank you.
But you mentioned
the last couple years has been all about that.
Good.
So good. You mentioned this is your second marriage. Is it her second marriage as well?
It is.
It is, okay. Because we do find with second marriages specifically that, not that it's harder to take this step of combining finances, but there's already been so much pain and hurt and untangling of finances if they were combined in the previous marriage, that going into the second, sometimes it's like a bigger hill to climb to be like, okay, we're going to do this. But the fact that you guys are doing something even differently than your first with money is so encouraging. So what I would do is, when we say combine accounts, that really means mostly your primary checking and any savings accounts, right? We're not combining any retirement. We obviously want to take advantage of each of you having your own retirement. And when you're looking at combining it, there's a couple of things. So it's the logistical side of just changing checking accounts, which some people, we hear that excuse, I just don't want to go down to the bank and do it. It's just so much work. So there's that side. But then there's also the side of realizing, okay, she is going to spend money on things that you may not truly understand, and vice versa. And what's beautiful about that, though, is that's where the conversations start to happen. Even in the conflict, that starts to happen. So if you can kind of get ahead of that, Aaron, and do a budget together, sit down together and walk through where you want your income to go as you guys combine incomes and say this is one. But you can start having those conversations and engagement. I wouldn't pull any triggers till after you actually are legally married. But this is a great point. And even the wedding planning, is a great kind of springboard into this. Create a wedding budget. You guys sit down, even have a checking account for the wedding budget and say, hey, here's what we're going to spend. And plan that out together. It's kind of a little bit of a test run before you guys actually combine everything and pay bills together.
And I'll give you two practical tips. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
And I got this from Rachel and from Dave. Tip number one is, since you're the controlling guy and you know that about yourself, I'm guessing, to use Rachel's language, you're the nerd, right? You have a way that things need to be done, right? So you go first and you make the budget and you bring it to your budget meeting. And then you slide it across the table to your wife and you say nothing other than, I want you to look at this and change a few things. and then hold your breath and exhale and do all your breathing exercises as you learned in therapy and all that.
Or change as much as she wants.
Yeah, change what she wants. And then here's the beautiful part about it. Here's the second tip. Anytime y'all get into a conflict on when you say, I think we can do groceries for $100 this month, and she's like, actually, it's $700. And you're like, I'll just eat right. That you get in those kind of nonsensical things. I want you to use this phrase. The story I'm choosing to make up is. And for people who struggle with control issues, by framing it that way, you are opening yourself up. You're inviting someone in to challenge your story. And yours might be, the story I'm choosing to make up is, you don't think I'm smart. Or you think I'm dumb. Or you think that I don't know how to do math. Or like whatever. And then she can say, no, that's not the story at all, actually. And then now y'all are coming together on an issue. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're peering into my soul right now, man.
Okay. Yeah, well, I may or may not have control issues myself. So, like, being able to just put that on, and by the way, this isn't just going to be your money. This is going to be about sex. This is going to be about kids. This is going to be about where y'all live. If you can start hard conversations with the phrase, hey, this just happened, and the story I'm choosing to make up about it is, then you give somebody an opportunity to come to connect with you. I say this, and I don't mean it to be cheesy, but conflict in marriage can be a great thing. It's a connection point. It means something matters. And when you invite somebody into it, it's amazing. When you start a conflict with, I'm right, or you screwed that up.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. Then what you're doing is you're declaring war, and they have to defend themselves, right? And so just those two things. And Rachel, I'm over dramatic. We know that. I like the idea of both of y'all canceling your current checking accounts and getting a new bank. Unless y'all just have like a broed out relationship. Because there's something about
starting over.
Y'all have both had other marriages. This is like us starting completely over in the same, on the same page, in the same place. And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can.
I'm listening. I'm right there with you.
Okay.
Yeah, and combining money, it is one of the more scary, vulnerable things, especially when you get married later, if it's your second marriage, like I said, because you're so used to doing something the way you've been doing it, and it's worked for you up until this point. And so changing the way maybe you not necessarily see money, but how you're handling it, and then entering into someone else's story, right? That she has her own set of how she grew up, her tendencies, everything. And you guys combining that, it's one of the best things you can do, Aaron, for your marriage. It really is. It is such a central point that so many couples miss out on when they choose not to do it, because you end up running on just completely two separate paths, and you never intersect. You never have a chance to have conflict, because it's like, well, that's just his over there and he's going to just do it. So you guys you honestly are. You have such courage to step in and do something that's really scary that most couples wouldn't. Most couples don't. And I think you'll be better for it. You really will. The intimacy that's created, the conversations that's created, the unity on your goals and your dreams, so much comes out of that funnel of money, because money is a tool that creates the ability to do everything. And when you're on the same page with it, it's beautiful. So we're excited for you guys. And you know what? Hold on the line, Aaron. Christian's going to pick up, and we're going to give you every $1 as a wedding gift for a year.
Premium for a year. AA Ron.
Yes, so you guys can.
This one's gonna happen.
Put it together.
I'm excited for y'all.
I used to be that guy who bragged about running on no sleep. And then I realized being tired all the time is not a flex. To show up as the best George Camel I can be, I need real rest. And that's why I got Casper mattresses in my home. The experts at Casper designed their mattresses to help you sleep deeper, cooler, and more comfortably. And they've been top ranked in both the foam and innerspring mattress categories by Consumer Reports. You and your entire family deserve great sleep. So go to Casper.com/Ramsey and use code Ramsey for 25% off mattresses and 10% off everything else. That gives you up to $1,200 off the SnowMax mattress, which is the exact one I sleep on. That's Casper.com/Ramsey, code Ramsey.
Up next, we have Bernadette in Tampa, Florida on the line. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi there. How are you doing today?
We're doing great. How can we help?
Well, we are blessed beyond all measure. We have a $800-ish house, and we have about $334,000 left on the mortgage. And we're both united in wanting to pay it off, yet we are differing in where we go for our refinance. We have both been students of Dave Ramsey, and I am very, very tickled with wanting to do a 15, but my husband citing wanting to mitigate risk for the unforeseen future that he might lose his job, wishes to stick with a 30 in the event that we would have then a lower monthly payment.
Sure. Just in case. What makes him think he's going to lose his job?
Right before Christmas, he lost one boss that was traumatizing and unseen enough. And then after Christmas, another boss was let go.
Oh, wow.
And so he works with computers. And 5 years ago, computer jobs and especially administrative computer geeks, no problem finding a job. It's not as comfortable now. According to him, it could take up to a year to find a job. And when he did, it might not necessarily be for the same price tag. So I hear him and I respect him and I understand he has handled our finances swimmingly for the last 15 years of our marriage when we combined our finances. And we have a budget. I'm sitting here looking at my budget. We have mapped out what a 3-month emergency fund would be and a 6-month emergency fund would be. And we have basically 2 years worth of emergency fund right now.
Oh, wow.
And so
okay.
we plan on putting a big chunk on our refinance. And then in between all of this, he's also saying, I want to go enjoy the Florida waterways. Let's go get some jet skis.
There it is.
Where are you from?
There
Your
it is.
accent is just like wonderful.
I can tell you maybe off the air.
Oh,
There we
my
go.
Gosh, sounds like a conspiracy, and I like it. Okay, okay. So, a couple of things. Number one, you guys are in a great spot. FYI, like if you don't refinance to a 15-year, you guys are going to pay off your house early, and you guys are on track. Like you are working your way there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're not restarting something and changing something big. It's just more how can we effectively do this as fast as possible is what you're looking at. So nothing is on fire for you guys, just FYI. Like whatever we talk about on this call, you guys are good. You're moving in the right direction. So be encouraged in that.
And I agree. And it was beautiful. We got to sit down and he showed me, he's like, here, honey, here's our current mortgage. And this is what it would look like if we paid it off and did nothing else. And then this is what our current accelerated mortgage would look like.
Yeah.
And then here's the 15 and the 15-year accelerated and the 30-year and the 30-year accelerated. And he's like, there it is. It's not that big of a difference in the end.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Because, I mean, after you guys refinance, you know, because your interest rate probably will go up a little, right? I mean, if you've had your house this long, if you've paid off $500,000 of mortgage already, you probably got your loan right before 2020.
We've only had it for 3 years.
Oh, okay. So you did get it after.
So it may go down a little bit.
So what do you guys make a year?
He makes over $300,000.
Okay.
And that's not counting the blessed stocks and some of the other little perks that go with the job.
Okay, that's just base salary. Is that for him? And correct. You guys have a 2-year emergency fund, you said. So how much, if you brought it down to 6 months, how much could you throw at the house? If you have 300 left, how much is sitting in there?
So 6 months, as we calculate right now, is about 43,000. And my take is let's leave about 7 to 8 months of an emergency fund just for an extra buffer.
Okay. So how much extra would you have to throw at the house after all that?
You'd think I'd be intelligent enough to write that down.
Oh, sorry. No, you're fine. How much do you have saved right now? What's 2 years for you guys?
So it's about 176,000.
I love how specific you are. Like 176.
So if you kept 75,000 in an emergency fund, which is double your 40, and you put 100 down on this house as part of the refinance, you're down to 200. And you can flip what he told you right back at him which, and again, this isn't a game or a competition, but you called us, and so we're going to side with you. Since it's not that big of a difference, then it's not that big of a difference.
Correct. And I've tried to be, when we had our conversation, I asked, did you pray about it? And have you asked or sought counsel? And I've been talking to my dads. I've been talking to friends. Mm-hmm. I've written to you guys. And for him, he's come from a different place in his life. His parents he said he grew up wondering whether he would lose the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I appreciate, so for him, he's like, I'm not quitting. I'm not getting rid of my job. I don't think I'm going to get fired anytime soon.
No, but he has, in his nervous system, he has a lived experience of scarcity. This could all go away.
So in his mind, to have the potential of a lower payment mitigates risk for him, and that makes him more comfortable. So
is he I get that. Is he planning on paying the house off early? You guys have a plan to pay it off early.
We are the accelerated concepts that he had. He's anticipating about 8.5 years. So when he showed the numbers, the 15-year would be about 8.7, and the 30-year would be about 8.4, and that's not counting any extra windfalls we might put towards it.
Okay. So Burnett, anytime I'm faced with an either or, we have to do this plan or that plan. An exercise I go through, and that me and my wife go through whenever it's both, when we're at odds on something, is we force ourselves to put 4 or 5 other variables on the table.
Correct.
You make $300,000 a year. You're about to potentially owe only $200,000 on your home. What if y'all just sucked it up for 18 months and just paid this thing off?
Yes, that's my plan.
And then all of the risk is off the table completely.
You don't need to refinance and get a little lower interest. All of it, everything's been done in 18 months.
And then he can buy the boat he wants in 18 months. He can, if he loses his job, y'all can be free. But you're talking about, y'all are sitting on so much money, and with earned income and with your equity in your home. I'm telling you right now, if this is in my house, well, I'll tell you right now, this is exactly what my wife and I have done a couple of times, which is, hey, we're close enough now. Let's just bite the bullet for 18 months and get this thing out of our lives forever. And then we take all risk off the table.
So how does that look like for your family? Does that mean no vacations? Because he has a high-stress job, and we have young'uns, and he's counting the years until they're out.
But y'all live in Tampa. You could go down to a public beach and have a great time. That would be a year of not going to some.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't blow it out of the water.
To Madrid, right?
And we say, Bernadette, and you probably heard this on the show because you listen. We always say to be intense in baby steps 1 through 3, and then 4 through 6 is just being intentional, right? But for you guys, since this is kind of a stress point, something that you're talking about, it's almost a little bit more of that acceleration just to be done with it because of it, you know? So yeah, we do tell people not to have a mortgage on for 8 more years, especially with these numbers that you guys can do this.
And the potential risk that you'll have in front of you. Think about what he's doing. I wish he was on the phone. He's holding an electric fence and getting electrocuted from it. And he's then telling you, in the other hand, I have to come up with ways to not feel so electrocuted.
What's the electrocution?
The electrocution is I want to hang on to this mortgage for 8.5 years, and I have to keep working this job that's super stressful. I can get laid off from any moment, and I'm scared to death of risk.
Pay it, yeah.
And so let's hang on to this thing.
And what we're not saying is I do have my license as a nurse. I could go back to work.
You could, and you could get done with this thing in a year, but you don't have to.
Well, I can't do that. I do have 3 young ones. I'm home domestic engineer, as it were.
There you go. But I mean, I like the idea of y'all letting go of the electric fence at all. If he's really concerned about risk, and his story rings true with me, I understand that feeling, then let's clear this thing off the deck. And so what? We give up elaborate vacations for 18 months. Let's go to the beach every other weekend. We can do that on Saturdays and Sundays, but let's get this thing out of our lives for good. And then we take the 15, 30-year, that proxy war off the table.
Yeah, and it's not a lofty goal. These numbers, totally doable.
You make $300,000.
You could do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
If debt collectors won't stop calling and you feel like you're drowning, you don't need another company selling debt relief dreams. You need real-world help, and that's why I recommend Guardian Litigation Group. Guardian's not a call center. They're actual attorneys who can step into the courtroom and fight back when creditors try to sue you. Now look, debt settlement isn't pretty. I'd still rather have you get out of debt the old-fashioned way. But if you're facing bankruptcy and need a way to stop the bleeding, Guardian gives you a path forward. And they don't charge a dime up front. Guardian's attorneys have helped over 55,000 people across the country settle more than $600 million in debt. They'll help you stop living in fear every time the phone rings and take back control of your life. Go to guardianlit.com/Ramsey. That's guardianlit.com/Ramsey.
Attorney advertising. Results may vary and no specific outcome is guaranteed.
Well, big news, John. For the Live Like No One Else cruise, the VIP upgrades are gone. So they are completely sold out for the Live Like No One Else cruise. So you've missed the opportunity for the top tier ticket, but if you are debt free, there's still a chance to celebrate and get the upgrade to the preferred for some extra access, better seating, and just some little surprises here and there. So if you have not checked out this cruise, we are going again March of 2027, and we're doing the Western Caribbean. And this cruise was so much fun when we did it last year. And so, the time on board with all the passengers, an entire boat full of people that have been working the plan and getting out of debt. It is just some of the best people, honestly.
It was awesome.
So kind. And we do all the nightly events. There's entertainment. There's also us. There's teaching. We're around at the dinners and everything. It is so much fun. So if you want to go cruise with us in the Western Caribbean, you can lock in your cabin for just a deposit of $600 today. You can go to RamseySolutions.com/events and book your cabin. All right, let's go to Justin in Chicago. Hi, Justin. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call. I've been a long time listener, and I just purchased the Ramsey book, but it hasn't arrived to me yet, and I've just gotten my wife and I into some trouble here, and just looking for advice and solutions on how to get it taken care of.
Yeah,
Glad
absolutely.
you're here, brother.
What's going on?
There is consumer debt. There is $18,000 in personal loan. We have $9,800 in a vehicle loan. The other vehicle is paid in full. We have another loan, a HELOC loan of $44,000.
Okay.
And our mortgage, we did everything right with our mortgage. We put, an acceptable amount down. I think we put like 25% down, and we still owe $272 on our home.
Okay.
What's your income, brother? How much do you make? Household.
I make 95, and my wife makes 140.
Oh, sweet.
Good. Okay, so
I know that we can. I know. I'm sorry to interrupt. I know that we can, take care of this in a relatively short amount of time. But I've been listening to you guys for so long, and would just value your opinion on things.
Let me say this first. Rachel will walk you through a plan. I can hear it in your voice, man. Like
I'm. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Like, hear me say this, and I'm not saying this lightly. I'm glad that you are here.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for recognizing the challenge you and your family are challenges y'all are in. And y'all have dug yourself a pretty nice hole, and you have a humongous shovel to dig out of it. But you can't go anywhere if you're going to carry around all the past mistakes you made.
Yep.
So we got to set them down and say, cool, here we are. Don't ever want to be here again, and we're going to head forward and get out of this mess.
I'm ready. I'm
That's
ready.
awesome, bro.
Justin, can I ask? You said you've been listening for a while. What caused some of this stuff? What was the car situation? What's the $18,000 personal loan? Has life just happened and it's just been exhausting, and you guys feel like you had no way out?
Well, life did happen, but to be perfectly honest, I put us in this situation, and I have taken the necessary steps for quite some time now to correct that.
Are you in recovery?
So, well, it's not drugs or alcohol related or anything like that. It was gambling.
I was gonna say,
Oh, yeah.
which is the
Very real.
the curse on our generation right now.
For sure.
Yeah, and I never used to be one. In fact, the reason why we were in such a good position earlier on in our marriage was, I mean, obviously we both contribute and things like that, but I was a stickler on things, and I think we just got to a point where we were doing so well, and
Kind of let your foot off the gas.
I made a lot of mistakes, and it's been about three months now where
Excellent.
I haven't been doing anything, and just really refocusing, I should say, on just taking care of this. And then I guess then our next goal, I should say, is I'm just going to go full throttle at our mortgage.
That's awesome.
It's great. Was it's always interesting because we get these calls a lot when addiction, some level of something, is paired with this debt. That's a pretty common equation. And I think what the extra hill to climb when you're paying this off is, like, I think there is like a deeper motivation there, especially when you're changing your life and changing your behaviors. But there also can easily be such shame attached to it, right? It's not like, oh gosh, we just decided to go on all these crazy vacations and got an $18,000 of credit card debt, right?
100%.
Yes. So
But
but
100%,
what you were saying, John, is
yeah.
letting that part go. Because Justin, getting rid of this stuff,
Easy.
we can make a plan. Like, that is easy. But it's going to be a more fulfilling journey when you do that deep work, which you may have already done. But
listen to me, like, I need you to internalize this, okay? You hearing me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you start this debt paying off journey and you saddle up next to your wife and y'all agree, y'all make a blood oath and y'all pay this debt off. If you wake up every day and keep your budget and check your Every Dollar app, we're going to hook you up with that for free. If you do all that stuff because you think you're a piece of crap and this is what you deserve, I promise you 100% you're going to crash and burn.
Mm-hmm.
If you wake up every day and say, I'm doing this because I'm worth not being chained to banks and to mortgages. I'm doing this because I want to be a guy that my wife can anchor into, my kids can anchor into, because they deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're worth that. You'll do this forever. And that's why shame will bury you if you're not careful. Okay?
Okay, because that's really what I've been
I know
doing,
it is. I can hear it on you. You cannot go through the baby steps because you think you suck and you're an idiot and you're a loser and this is your punishment. This is the path to freedom. It's not flogging you for what you did in the past. Okay?
Can I ask you guys a quick question about it? It's not. I mean, I just. It's kind of one of those things where how did I get us here? I know that. And
hold on, it's not a helpful question right now. That's a question between you and your therapist. We're going to start doing the next right thing before we know why. Okay? Because that's a trap. It's a cultural trap.
Okay.
Like, you trying to figure out and get to the root of why I'm going to stop yelling at my wife before I stop yelling. That's the wrong order.
But you do need.
You've got to do the work.
Yeah,
You got to talk to somebody. You need to be in a recovery group. You need to do that stuff, of course. But we're going to start. We're going to stop gambling today. We're going to stop borrowing money today.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to the root of, what happened when all that stuff is well and good. I wrote a book about it. It's important, but it's not the right order. Right now, we're going to stop the harming behavior. And Rachel's going to walk you through a plan right here. It's pretty simple, especially for guys that make as much money as y'all do.
Yeah, so
Well, and can I just say one real quick thing? I guess I got a little off track, and we do have a. I guess I would consider a large sum of money, but I guess I would consider that my wife's because her mom did pass away about 4 years ago. And it's in a Roth IRA, and there's...
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that, Justin. Yeah, so keep that. Anything retirement, 401k, Roths, do not touch.
Not because it's hers, but because it's in a retirement account.
That's right, because of the tax. Yes, keep that there. And then if you guys have any stocks, any savings anywhere else, throw it at this debt. But honestly, you guys can have this paid off. I mean, with your income in 18 months, you could do this very, very quickly, Justin. So you guys pay off the smallest debt first to the largest and include the HELOC. And then later you can start investing, and then we can look at paying off the house. If you're looking for a more budget-friendly way to save on medical costs and stay true to your values, Christian Healthcare Ministries is a great option to think about. CHM is not health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry, a biblical, community-based way for Christians to share each other's medical bills. That means no enrollment deadlines, and you can choose any doctor or hospital you want. That kind of freedom is big, especially if you're self-employed, between jobs, or you just need something that fits your budget better. CHM has been around for decades, faithfully serving the Christian community. And many members save hundreds of dollars a month compared to traditional health insurance. And that margin gives you breathing room when you're working the baby steps and trying to steward your money well. And right now, CHM is offering new members a 50% credit towards their first month of membership. Get started at chministries.org/budget and use promo code Ramsey. That's chministries.org/budget and promo code Ramsey. The Ramsey Show question of the day. Oh, excuse me. It's
Rachel's going through puberty.
It's sponsored by Y Refi. If your private loans are in default and other lenders said no, Y Refi could be your next step. Y Refi was built for this situation, helping borrowers refinance with a low fixed rate and an affordable payment so that you can get back to winning with money. Check out yrefi.com/Ramsey. That's the letter Y, REFY.com/Ramsey. May not be available in all states.
Oh, man. I just pre-read this question, and I felt a rant coming on, so you have to go first, Rachel.
Oh, I can't wait. Read it.
Today's question comes from Marco in Arkansas. Marco, this is for you, brother. Why do you encourage people to have children in baby step 2 while they're paying off debt? I understand that babies can be unexpected, but why do you encourage listeners to have a child when it will add a large line item to the budget that could go towards paying off debt? If you didn't have that child, the money... Bro, the money saved could go towards debt. Wouldn't that be a better plan?
Okay, here's what I would say. It would be if the only thing you cared about in life was money. Money is like a thing to help your life. So create a life that you love and let money support that. So yes, get married during baby step 2. Have babies during baby step 2. Like money is not your life. This is not your life. Now, sometimes it has to be for a season to get yourself in a better financial position. And you may be kind of obsessed for a year or two to get out of debt. Like, absolutely. But that doesn't pause the bigger things in life, which are your health, your spiritual life, your family. Like, those things trump money. You have to understand that. Now, again, I will say with the caveat always, there are sacrifices you make, but we're not sacrificing those things. That creates a full life. So no, have babies. Have babies in baby step 2. Have 2 babies in baby step 2. Make it a twofer.
Have 5. Have 5 babies, Marco.
I wonder if Marco has babies. I will say, out of all the Ramsey personalities, not to throw him under the bus, he's not here. Maybe he can come in and do a segment. George is someone that's like, hey, if you are stressed to the max and you keep on having baby, you're going to continue to be stressed. Like he has.
I know, but George also opens his garage with a cell phone. He's like a special case of anxious.
I'm saying on an extreme case. Extreme, you may, I don't know, think twice about it. I think that's what George may say. But overall, my philosophy is the big things in life are always going to trump money. And so have a life that you want. Well, go, John. Now here's your rant. Go.
That's just I.
What? You have to rant. I barely ranted.
No, I'm good. Because I'll be ugly.
No, you won't. Go. You're never.
Let me say this: as somebody who we struggled to have kids for years, we've lost a lot of pregnancies, and I've got 2 kids that, if you had told, look on paper, you have a child, it messes up your money, it changes your relationship, changes your sex life, it changes everything.
Yeah, not just money.
And so the algorithm on paper doesn't work. And if I could snap my fingers and have one thing different in my life, I would have more kids running around my house because of the depth of and the purpose and you don't know who you are, I believe, until you feel the weight on the squat rack. And that can be, some people can't have kids. I've been there. And so that can be in your purpose. That can be in the things that you're doing. That can be in the responsibilities that you put yourself underneath that you get to carry. That's where you find purpose. And so I can't think of anything greater, any greater calling, if you're able to, than to go have kids.
Yeah.
And so to pause it because I'm a part of this plan, man, you'll pay off debt as you go.
That's right.
Because, following your same line of logic, Marco, and again, by the way, I want to be sensitive to those who can't. I've been there. I know that. To those who've lost pregnancy, I've been there. I get it. And I can't also not say that it's not super stressful. Doesn't cause fights in your marriage. It doesn't cause, it's hard.
Yeah.
And anything in the world worth doing is hard, right? But following your same thing, Marco, let's not have a car then, because that's an extra expense. Let's just walk. And let's not have a home. Let's live in a tent. We can do that cheaper. You can follow this line of thinking all the way out.
Yes, that's so
true. We want you to follow a plan that you can actually do. We want you to make sacrifices where you need to. And the sacrifices we're talking about are going out to eat, for God's sakes, and vacations, for crying out loud, and working extra job. All that stuff's important, especially for a season. But man, the big stuff, build a marriage with somebody while you're getting out of debt. That's amazing. Navigate having a kid and having to also make sacrifices. Yes. Learn how to say no and learn how to say not yet. All those things give you the life that you really want down the road. So.
And I would say too, along those same lines, I think it's so common for people to say, we'll have kids when, and it could be a financial goal, a career goal, a whole thing. And it's there will always be something to be chasing, right? So just do it.
Yeah.
That's where I've changed in life. I'm a little bit have kids, have them soon. If you, well, Marco, you're fun. Thanks for the question.
Hey, you know what I'm guessing?
Could
Marco,
you imagine being his wife?
Here's what I think. I think Marco's wife wants to have kids.
I know.
And he's trying to come up with reasons to not.
I want to hug her.
Lord. Have 6, Marco.
Have 6. Okay, let's go to Mariah in San Diego. Hi, Mariah. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so nervous to talk to you guys.
Oh, don't be.
I'm nervous. I'm sitting by Rachel Cruze for crying out loud. How do you think I feel?
We're glad you
My
called.
husband says I'm a glutton for pain by calling because he knows you're going to yell at me.
No, you called when Dave's not here. We will not yell. I promise.
I know. Thanks, I am relieved. So we have been half listeners for the last 8 years of our marriage, and we pretty much impulsively bought a house because we wanted to have a house before our first baby. And so we've been in this house for 4 years now.
Okay.
And it is 50% of our income.
Okay.
And it is exhausting. It's like sucking the life out of us.
Yeah.
However, my husband runs his business out of our 3-car garage. So we don't really know what to do because we have renters and that's how we stay alive. And so
you have renters in your home?
Correct. 2 are family, and then 1 somebody that we found, and we did background checks and everything, and he's phenomenal. So we love our renters, and we love the environment in our home. It's just if one of them were to back out, or all 3 of them, we would not survive.
Yes. Is it 50% with just what you guys are paying plus what the renters are paying, or that includes the renters?
50% includes the renters. So we get $2,400 a month from renters.
Okay.
And we make $6,400 on our portion. So we get about almost $10,000 a month. On average, it's about $9,500 a month.
Okay.
And all of our house mortgage and bills come out to about $53 a month.
Well, how much is just the mortgage? Not the bills, but just the mortgage.
43.
43, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely in a high-risk situation, and you're having to, depend on these people exactly how you're feeling. Yeah, I think unless he's going to be getting a significant raise anytime soon, is the business, he's running his own business, is there an upward trajectory? Like, are you guys looking out and say, okay, yeah, in 2 years, it's going to double? Like, have you done projections, like how it's been a pattern so far?
Yeah.
Or
So he just started in May of last year.
Okay.
So he's not even a year in, and he did $125,000 before taxes last year, and we took home about 86 of it. And so he's been doing really well, and he took off. And because of his experience with his previous job, he's got really frequent clients. And he's getting a lot of really great work. So he sees a lot of growth, and I see a lot of growth in the company.
how fast will that grow?
Potentially in the next year, we're even thinking that he could double it.
Okay.
So we see a lot of growth, but that's the biggest thing is we need the 3-car garage, because renting a space out here for that price is at least $4,000 to $6,000
Yeah.
for the space that he needs with the tools and everything that he would need to move.
Right.
But
Well,
my fear is you've already left the house.
What do you mean by that?
Like, my fear is you're already out. And y'all can come up with a bunch of reasons to stay, but I feel you're already out.
yeah, the stress is weighing on you, Mariah. So what I would do is I would have benchmarks for you guys, because if you doubled it, then it goes from 50% to about 35%, if my numbers are right. And then if you double the business again, right, if it really is that successful, you guys will be fine in 24 months. But the question is, you have to have benchmarks, and if you can sustain that for 24 months and hold your breath and say, let's see if this works, you could, but if it does not double in a year, you guys have to have a hard and fast rule to say, we're selling. We're getting out of this if it does not happen.
Dave, we got a lot of calls on this show where life happens. One day someone's healthy, they're working, providing for their family, and then a curveball hits.
You know, we hear it all the time. A car accident, a cancer diagnosis, a heart attack, and suddenly everything changes.
Yeah, and that's why you've always said that having term life insurance from Xander is essential, because it protects your family if the worst happens.
Yeah, that's right. You need 10 to 12 times your income in coverage. No gimmicks, no whole life junk, just straightforward term life protection. But there's another piece that people often overlook, and that's long-term disability insurance.
Yeah, it's important to understand the difference between them. Life insurance steps in when you die. Disability insurance steps in while you're alive but can't work. So it replaces a large part of your income so the bills still get paid while you get back on your feet.
Now, if your employer gives you free disability insurance, great, take it. If it's discounted there at a better price, take it. But if not, Xander can help you find the right plan. Whether you're single or married, it's not optional. If you're going to be out of work for a while, then you need to make sure the money's still showing up.
And that's why Xander is our go-to. They make it super simple to get the right coverage at the best price, no pressure, no upselling.
I've trusted Jeff Xander and Xander Insurance for over 25 years, and so has my family.
So don't wait. It's fast, it's easy, and it could make all the difference. Go to Xander.com or call 800-356-4282.
Protect yourself, protect your income, protect your family.
Welcome back to The Ramsey Show in the Fair Winds Credit Union studio. I'm Rachel Cruze, hosting this hour with Dr. John Delony. And the phone lines are open. You can give us a call at 888-825-5225. And we're going to go to Little Rock, Arkansas, and talk to Skylar. Hi, Skylar.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Hi, we're doing great. How can we help?
Well, I make annual income of $31,700 a year. And I'm kind of in a bind with a car payment and ATV payment situation too. The car is worth like $28,000 when I got done financing it, and the payment's like $529 a month.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
And then you went and bought an ATV.
Yeah, for $10,000, and that's $252 a month. So
I don't want to
Kind
kick
of
you while
in a
you're down,
bind.
but that's a very Arkansas thing to do, right?
Yeah.
It's a Texas thing to do too. So there we go.
Yeah.
Some pot talking to the kettle here. Wow.
Yeah. It's terrible. So I'm thinking I'm just going to have to get rid of this car.
Correct.
And
Yes.
I got a cash car sitting over here. It's a Honda Civic 2009. So I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it up. So I'm
Good for
very
you.
at
How
mechanical
much
stuff.
money do we have to put into that?
Not very much. I got a new water pump installed, and all it needs now is a oil,
Well, that's great.
VVT oil gasket, and it'd be good to go.
So why are you calling us? You already know what to do.
Well, so you got 28,000. Is that what you owe on the car? How much could you sell it for?
Come on.
Oh, no,
Equity
Scott.
is
Go, say it again.
$10,000.
Say it again.
The negative equity is $10,000. So I'd be negative 10,000 upside on the car.
Okay. So you can sell it for 18 is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
you just have to take a small loan out if you can for 10 grand. And how about
Is
the
there any way I can go through Fairwinds, or is there any possible way I could do it that way?
You'll have to call them and
Yeah.
they'll sit down and check out
Yeah.
your history.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a credit union or a local credit union would be a great option. They're usually more willing to work with people and looking at their specific situation. How about the ATV? What could you sell it for?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I haven't looked in the value on the ATV yet.
Okay.
It might be, maybe the value is like 7,000 possibly,
Okay.
since it's new.
Yep. Well, I would encourage you on that one to probably just try to save up the 3 grand if you can for the difference.
Yeah.
And be done with it. And thank God you have this other car. I mean, honestly, that's a lifesaver in this
I
situation.
used to be debt free.
Yeah.
I used to be debt free a long time ago. I was managing money really good, and I messed up.
Yeah. It happens.
We've all been there, dude.
It happens. How old are you, Skylar?
I am 27.
Okay. Good for you. What do you do for a living?
I work at NDX Screens. I'm a delivery driver working 3 days a week. I deliver teeth
Okay.
to the North Arkansas region.
What do you deliver?
Teeth.
I deliver dentures. I'm a delivery driver for Greens.
This is becoming my favorite call of all time.
This is-
ever.
Yeah.
I deliver teeth. Amazing. To North Arkansas. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Hey,
This is
what
the
do you
best.
do? What are you doing the other 2 days a week?
The other 4 days a week.
Well,
he
I
has a
spark.
weekend.
I spark all the time, and I just work.
You spark all the time. Is that like a weed reference?
No, it's a grocery delivery platform through Walmart. You know, like,
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
How much is your teeth delivery job? How much does that pay?
15, 20 an hour.
Okay. Do you get more doing that or the Spark grocery delivery?
Grocery delivery, I could pick up maybe around 4 weeks, like $800. So that's a little extra money in my pocket. It's just if I can get these car payments situated, I'll be so much better off.
Yeah,
not
but
having a car
you're
payment.
still very, very economically vulnerable, brother.
Yeah. Because
I
what
want to
about
get
if
you
I
up
lose my
to
job?
50 or something,
Well,
right?
yeah, you can't afford
No.
a flat tire.
No,
Okay, so
I could barely afford tires on this car, and I had to put it on a credit card, which is just
no, you
dumb.
didn't. You chose to. But here's
Yeah,
the deal.
I chose to.
Here's the deal. Why don't you pursue more stable work?
Well, I could possibly find a different position. It's just
You could
I really
1,000 million billion % find a different position.
It's just I love 3 days a week though, but sometimes we have to sacrifice in order to achieve what we want to
Yeah.
achieve.
I think we do, Skylar. I think we do. I think 40 hours a week.
Working, dude.
Yeah, we
But
got
they're long
to up the ante.
You have to get in the game of life, my brother.
Because Skylar, not that money brings happiness. We're not saying that, but there is something about having stability.
Meaningful work does bring happiness.
Okay, fair. Thank you, Ken Coleman. Yes, thank you.
It does.
No,
If you ever
It
call
is
me
true.
Ken
Be
again,
more stable. If I could be more stable and have no payments, I mean that's just the way to go.
well, exactly. But I'm going to send you Ken
and
Coleman's
an
book.
emergency fund and a retirement account. Like there's
Yes.
some. There's.
Are you dating?
I do have the EveryDollar app.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but you don't have any money to budget with,
Yes, he does. He's got like $3,000 a month.
and 80% of it goes to
car payments, which is what we're
and
getting
car
rid of,
payments,
which
right?
is what we're
He's got
getting
3
rid of
budget
right now.
categories: food, not dying, ATV. Okay, brother. I'm going to send you Ken Coleman's book, Find the Work You're Wired to Do, and it has a career assessment in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want you to get serious. I want you to do this exercise tonight. I'm being totally serious. And I appreciate you having fun with us on this call. Listen,
yes, sir.
I want you to write a letter to 37-year-old you tonight.
Okay.
And I want you to write him a letter about the life he's going to have because you chose to get off your butt and stop coasting literally through life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the work you put in today in your entering into your late 20s and into your early 30s will be the platform from strength, from integrity, from work ethic, from skills, and
contribution to the world,
purpose, people that you meet and shake hands with, and they learn to trust you. Those things will be the anchor points of your life at 37.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want you to write yourself a letter and say, here's who I chose that we were going to become. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. And how I discovered the Ramsey Show is I know this guy that lives in Heber. He told me about the Ramsey Show, and I got involved, and I started listening to the podcast. I was like, wow, this is the same situation I'm in.
Well, game on then.
A mirrored situation.
Yes.
I listen to the Oz podcast every day going down the road delivering dentures and working.
Not every day, only 3 days a week.
Yeah, 3 days. Well, if I can find old ones, I'll review the old ones.
Oh,
and listen.
Skylar, you know what? You're great. I would. I'm with John.
You're awesome.
Finding some purpose. You know what I mean? Like finding.
By the way, delivering dentures is such a great gift.
Yeah. I'm not saying that, but it's the coasting, sleepwalking vibe that we're getting.
Yeah.
That it's like, hey, just let's add a little bit more.
A whole bunch more. A whole bunch more of excitement and spark. Ask yourself that scary, terrifying question. You only get one roll of the dice in this life.
One life.
Are you just gonna cash it out, barely getting by, driving 3 days a week, or are you gonna say, hey, I was put on this planet to contribute, and here's what that's going to look like. And part of contribution means I'm going to have peace, I'm going to be anchored, I'm going to have some security so that I can offer that for other people. And man, that means not working, just kind of coasting 3 days a week. That means getting after it.
Yeah, hold on the line, Skylar. Christian will pick up. We'll get you Ken's book. But you have some great foundational things that you're doing already, with Habits with Money. We're going to have to make just some big changes to really leapfrog and jump forward in some progress, which I believe you can do.
After the holidays, a lot of people start feeling budget pressure, and it's a wake-up call to get intentional. So listen, don't fall for buy now, pay later cell phone plans that drag you back into debt. Boost Mobile keeps it simple with no contracts and no nonsense. Keep the phone you already own and pay just $25 a month forever for unlimited data, talk, and text. That's real long-term value and real peace of mind. So budget like you mean it and go to boostmobile.com/Ramsey today to make the switch. That's boostmobile.com/Ramsey.
Restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com/Ramsey for details.
Next, we have Susan in Indianapolis. Hi, Susan. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks so much for having me. What an honor it is to speak with the both of you.
Oh, well, thanks for calling in. How can we help?
Okay. My question in the most condensed form is, how should I handle finances as I go through a divorce?
Oh, man. What's going on?
Told myself I wouldn't cry.
Oh, it's okay.
No, you're good. I'm glad you're here.
My husband of 21 years decided to walk away, and I was completely blindsided by it, which has left me living in fear and uncertain of my future. So I'm trying to solve for peace and security.
Yeah.
And Dr. John, earlier in this today's calls, you had talked about having options, and I have some options, and I was just wondering if you could help me with the best step forward.
Yeah, go for it. Put some on the table for us.
Well, so we currently live in my husband's family farm. We purchased the home a few years ago and remodeled, and I thought this would be my forever home. I do not want to leave. However, he does not want the home, but he does not want me living there because I will no longer be a part of that family.
So here, before we get going, I want to give you a couple of frameworks, okay?
Sure.
Whenever somebody files for divorce, whenever somebody says, I'm leaving, what happens next, you go from married to we go to a business transaction.
Right.
And so I want you to have this, I want you to tattoo this on your, like, not for real, but like, I want you to tattoo this on your spirit, okay?
Okay.
He no longer gets a vote. Y'all are making a business transaction. When he chose to leave you, he took his name all out of the box that sits in the middle of your table of people who get to speak into your life. And for a time being, he's going to be replaced with a lawyer. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And this is how you begin, because what you're feeling, what you're talking about, I've heard this, I mean, thousands of times. That sense of loss and bewilderment, there's literally a death, and it was your marriage, and you have to grieve it as such, but that takes time. But that other thing you're feeling is a sense that you don't even trust yourself.
Right.
Right? How did I miss this? I should have seen this coming. What should I have done differently? All those questions. And there's never going to be great answers to those questions. But it's natural that you ask them. But the way you begin to regain trust in yourself, that the ground becomes firm underneath you, is you begin drawing very clear, concrete boundaries about not what he wants, but what you are going to do next. Okay. And that's why we hire a good attorney. They're worth their weight in gold, because it's literally hiring somebody to fight for you when you can't fight for yourself. Okay?
Okay.
And so if you want to keep this house, then you have to go to the next layer, which gets a lot of folks in your situation in trouble, which is, I'm emotionally attached to this house. This was my forever home. I don't want to leave, but I have a math problem. I can't afford to live here. And that's what you have to be brutally honest with yourself about. And then he gets to write you a humongous check for your part of the equity.
Currently, he is paying for the mortgage and all living expenses while I stay there. And his proposal is that I can stay for up to maybe 3 years.
Okay,
before
let me say this. He doesn't get a proposal. I mean, he can tell his attorney what he proposes.
Well, and we're in negotiations right now. But so I'm just trying to figure out what is best for me in this negotiation.
In no world am I going to let the guy who just walked out on a 20-year marriage be my landlord.
Yeah.
No way.
How much is the house worth, Susan?
Probably about $350,000.
Okay, and how much do you guys owe
on the low end? $240,000.
Okay, and question with this being family land. Number one, I'm just curious. Do you enjoy his family? Like, you want to create a life still in that?
I would go to like a estate sale and get a whole bunch of toilets and just line the property line with old toilets. That's what I would do.
We bought 3 acres in the middle of 80, and so they own all of the land around where we are.
Okay, because sometimes when there's a family land deal, there's something written within, like, I mean, is there anything that, like, legally you could take this on, correct? Like, you guys?
No, there's nothing in writing that we said we would never sell it outside of the family. There's nothing in writing.
That's what worries me a little bit, Susan, is that my only fear, even if the numbers work, and I could be wrong, that you stay on this property with his family surrounding you. You want to start a new life, and then you're like, hey, I'm just making this up. Me and this other guy in 5 years want to move close over here, and now you're stuck and you can't sell that house because
I wouldn't want to do that. I would rather my son, who is, I know he's only 17, but he said when he's older.
Yeah,
I don't want to put him in that either.
Okay, let me say. I'm going to say one more thing, and it's caustic what I'm going to say. Okay.
Okay.
And this is like a hard truth. And if you and I were hanging out, I would wait for about an hour to say this thing. But we only have a few minutes. Okay.
Hit me.
The life you had is over.
Gone. Mm-hmm.
The dreams, the wants, the things that I want to be in the future are now over. They're different now.
I hear you say that all the time, so thank you for.
I know, but it hits hard. I know, and I don't say it lightly. I'm not trying to be braggadocious.
No, it's okay.
But trying to think of the way things should have been, where y'all have this amazing place on this amazing property, and you deed it over to your son, who's then 28, and he's got a young family. All of that, it's your husband ended it. He set it on fire. And so that dream, that picture you had of coming back to your old house that your son now lives in with his young family for Thanksgiving, you have to put that picture that you've painted in the grieve pile. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
And I hate that for
And
you.
we want to do what's best for Susan.
Yes.
Susan in the next 3 years and Susan in the next 10 years and 15 years, So it's looking so far ahead, which is probably so hard to do right now in the middle of the pain. But I just don't want you to make a bad financial decision that traps you in something that Susan 10 years from now can't freely live out.
Got it. So then I do have some other options, but I don't know if these are good options either.
Okay, tell us what those are.
In the divorce, I get half of the 401k.
Mm-hmm.
And my financial advisor has told me that I could take that without penalty and put that towards the down payment on a house.
Do you have anything else in retirement?
I do. I will get about $31,000 in a Roth IRA, and then I have about $10,000 in mutual funds.
How much is going to come over in the 401k?
All of it.
I mean, how much is
what dollar amount is that?
I'm sorry?
What dollar amount is half of the 401k? What would that be?
No. Oh, 106,000.
106, and then equity, you'll get probably 50,000 ish.
50 grand.
Yeah.
And how much do you make a year? How much are you working?
I am 45.
Okay. And you make 45,000. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I would not pull out of that 401k.
I would, Susan, honestly, I would probably just go rent something for a year and settle some of this. And then you can really take your time looking, because if you have the ability to put down a great down payment and find, a little home, and your payment is no more than 25% of your take home money, it's all in the parameters of buying a home wisely. I would be great if you did that, but you don't have to do that next week.
No, don't do that.
Yes,
don't do
yes.
it for 6 to 9 months.
I would put a lot of this stuff, and I would just hold it and wait a year and grieve, and then let's look at options. But I probably would get out of this house if I was you.
Owning a business can be a heavy load. You want to serve your customers well, make a healthy profit, and grow. And your team, family, and customers are all counting on you. And now everybody's talking about AI like it's magic. And you're wondering how to keep up. You're carrying a lot, but you don't have to do it all alone. That's where NetSuite comes in. Over 43,000 businesses, including Ramsey Solutions, use NetSuite to lighten the load by bringing all their numbers into one system. Accounting, inventory, CRM, payroll, the works. And now NetSuite's AI takes it further, automating busy work, flagging inventory issues, spotting cash flow problems in real time, and catching risks before they hit. So you're not just closing the books faster, you're making decisions confidently. And when your numbers are right, that takes a lot of pressure off your shoulders. And yeah, switching systems is a big move, but NetSuite's Suite Success process gets you up and running fast. Go to netsuite.com/Ramsey for a free product tour and to schedule time with a NetSuite rep. That's netsuite.com/Ramsey.
Well, over on the debt-free stage, we have Kyle and Sarah from Akron, Ohio. Hey, you guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Well, what an exciting day. So how much debt have you guys paid off?
Paid off $150K.
Oh, my gosh. What did that consist of?
That was our house.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
paid off the house, baby steps.
Y'all look like y'all are 17. How old are y'all?
I'm 33.
37.
Oh, my.
You have a paid off house at 33?
Yeah, we do.
Crazy.
Well done. How long did that take you?
47 months, just shy of 4 years.
47 months. Oh my gosh. Okay, so and how much were you guys making during that time?
Started right around a 120, upped it to about 145.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what happened? What was it? 4 years ago that you thought we're going to pay off our house. We're going to be we're going to be in our early 30s, mid 30s, and have a paid off house. How did that happen?
Yeah, so we ended up buying our house in September 2021. And almost immediately, I kind of looked at Sarah and we were like, hey, what would happen if we were able to go ahead and knock this out in less than 5 years? And yeah, we just started tackling it, just attacking it every single month. And we really looked at it and we said, hey, how do we have more options in our life, have more peace? Really just wanted to go ahead and just provide more, more wiggle room, I would say.
Oh my gosh, how much is the house worth?
House is worth around $330.
Okay. Amazing, you guys. That's incredible. How does it feel?
It feels absolutely amazing.
I mean, just wild. Oh, okay. So what was the journey like? What did you guys do? What were things that you said no to? What were things that maybe you added on? I mean, you were pretty intense. Like you guys really, really were focused on this.
Yeah, we were attacking it pretty heavily, but I would say that one of the first things that we did was just come in more prepared. So when we actually came into the house buying process, we were like, okay, how much can we put down? And we ended up putting down $115K. And again, your principals here at Ramsey helped us do that just to be able to get that within that 25% mortgage payment that we were looking to try to have. And so
if you walked in, I want to double click on that amount of that discipline that y'all had as a couple. If you walk in with 115 grand, you qualified for a house twice as much as 350 grand.
Yeah.
On your income, they would have given you the world, and y'all said no. We think we can find joy and have a great life in this house that we can own outright in 5 years.
Yeah, and it was during the times when the interest rates were super low, too. So that was kind of advice that we were going back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Also, it was really stupid that y'all paid that off, right?
Yeah.
So dumb. Dummies, right?
Yeah.
Nobody pays it off with a low interest rate.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so for you guys as a married couple, what does that look like? You know, we're talking about the Money and Marriage event this weekend. How did you work together as a team? Who's like more of the free spirit? Who's more? I'm assuming you're probably more of the nerd, Kyle. Is that true?
I am definitely more of the nerd.
I felt it. I felt the energy.
I have my every dollar budget. We have our spreadsheet that we were looking at on a regular basis, and that gave me a lot of, I would say, momentum, and gave us momentum just to be able to see, you know, if you change that number on that spreadsheet, how quickly could we get out of debt? Going from, we had a 15-year mortgage, and start playing with those numbers, and you're able to see, okay, we could get out in 10 years. What could happen if we up it another $500, another $1,000?
Yep.
Hey, we could get done in 5 years. And
the interest you don't pay when you do that.
That was the big piece for me.
I was going to say, that's what's motivating. Same with me, girl. That's the motivation of
10
like, oh my
years
gosh,
of
that's
interest y'all get to keep.
Yeah.
And spend on whatever you want.
I was actually looking at your values here at Ramsey just the other day, and it talks about relentless focus over time multiplied by God equals unstoppable momentum. And I really do think that's been our story, is just looking and saying, God, we're praying for abundance here. And just seeing, you know, those extra paychecks come in or those little bonuses come in and be able to say, hey, we're throwing an extra $2,000, $3,000 at this. Yeah. And really just having that belief that it's possible at the end of the day. So I think that's been our biggest move.
All right, so Sarah, I'm getting some along for the ride energy from you. How did you hang on for 4.5 years?
Holding on to Kyle.
No vacations, no new cars.
I would say we were not necessarily gazelle intent.
Okay,
Which you shouldn't be. So that's good.
Towards the house.
Yes.
Good.
Good,
So y'all
Kyle.
live some
Good,
life
Kyle.
too.
Kyle
We
would have
backed
been.
off. We
Yeah.
backed
Kyle
off.
would have been.
Yeah, he would have been.
But he needs you. He needs you to
we were a
balance
good
him.
balance.
Excellent.
So we built in incentives along the way. We were able to do some renovations to the house. We had our daughter that took some fertility treatment monies. So there were definitely some celebrations along the way, especially when we hit those big milestones.
Do y'all have a technique or a trick or a hack or whatever you want to call it that y'all used when Kyle, you got that extra check and you were like, we could get the principal down to this, and you were like, yeah, but I want a human in the house, like I want a child. How did y'all come to some sort of consensus?
We definitely used the principles of just putting some in different places, a large majority towards the house, of course, but then we have like sinking funds that are set up for the things that are really important to our family. So we know in order which ones we want to fund first with any extra.
That's great.
I do have to say, though, that there was definitely those moments where I had, we had a big chunk of money ready to go towards the house, and life happens, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, we got an extra $3,000 to put towards the house, but then the car breaks down and it just so happens to cost exactly
Right.
$3,000.
Of course.
But I guess when we've looked at that, it's always been God providing through that to say, hey, you know what? You thought this money was going this way, but it needs to go this way.
But that's a good perspective, because I always feel like when those things happen, like somehow the cosmos stole from me, right? Like it's supposed to be this number, now it's not, and I feel like I got ripped off somehow or whatever. Instead of looking at it like you did on the other side, thank God
it still hurt.
I had the cash.
It still hurt. Yep.
That's amazing. Did you have people in your life that you were telling, or did you guys keep it kind of on the down low that you were like, we're going to just kind of do this between us, or did you have people cheering you on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say we were definitely cheering each other on, because we just kept having that vision of what would life be like when this payment was gone, and what could we do with that money. But again, just letting our parents and our families know, hey, this is what we're doing. We're chasing it down.
Did they think you were crazy, or were they encouraging?
Encouraging.
They were. Good.
Yeah, my dad was definitely cheering me on, and every so often would call and be like, hey, what's the mortgage down to?
What a
and
great
I'd be
dad.
able to share
That's
what that
awesome.
was.
What a great dad.
Yeah, it was just really powerful just to have people in our corner cheering us on. So.
Absolutely. Incredible, you guys. Well, you did kind of the impossible. I mean, today to say that you can pay off your house is, most people would say, no, that's not possible. It's not possible to buy a house. It's not possible to do any of this. And you're living proof that you can. And in your 30s, 33 and 37. How long you guys been married?
Coming up on 6 years here in April.
Okay.
So.
Okay, and y'all have done this hard thing together. Y'all have been through fertility treatments. You've paid off a house together. You can look ahead of you, and come what may, y'all know we've been through worse. We can handle this.
Yeah.
That's really good perspective.
That's so awesome.
Amazing, you guys. Oh, well, y'all are incredible. Okay. Is the baby here?
She's here.
She is.
She's on the
here.
Okay. Are you going to bring her up for the debt-free scream, or are you going to hold off?
We're going to hold off. We just are nervous if we raise our voices.
You know what? That's fair. We've had many tears, not happy kids on the debt-free stage from that. So you know what? That's probably wise.
Really happy parents and terrified young kids.
Terrified kids. Okay, well, real quick, what's the one piece of advice you would tell someone who's maybe working out a baby step 2 and they're thinking, okay, the house is next? What would you tell them?
I'll go ahead and go first, and I'll let Sarah share. But I really do think it comes down to belief. When I paid off my student loans, $45K in a year, paid off my car in a year, those are track records that I had that I knew it was possible.
Yeah.
And I just always come back to the quote, Henry Ford, whether or not you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Yes.
And we just knew that we could.
I love it.
So, yeah, I just think the belief part is so key.
So big. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think having a unified mission, definitely that's our big thing in marriage, is being unified. But with this too, like it might have been Kyle's big dream to come here and do all of this. But then I latched onto that too, because we need to be unified in all of our visions. And then just consistency and being able to track what we're doing and staying on top of it that way.
Amazing.
We have weekly kind of marriage meetings and finance meetings, and so
I love it.
It's good to stay on track.
Dude, y'all should teach the money marriage retreat this weekend.
I know, y'all can
We're
come on
coming.
stage.
We're so
coming.
excited.
We'll see you guys
I'm so
there.
glad. All right, you guys. Well, we have Kyle and Sarah from Akron, Ohio, paid off $150,000, which was their house, making $120,000 to $145,000. They did it in 4 years. All right, you guys, count it down. Let's hear your big debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt free!
Well, Dave, on the show all the time we get calls about cars, used cars. What's one thing you want folks to know?
Well, really a couple things. Number one is always buy used unless you got $1 million. We don't buy new cars. And if you're going to buy used, number two, you want it to last. And that means regular, proper maintenance.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I know when Sam and I moved from South Florida up to Tennessee, that's the first thing you're looking for. You need somebody who can take care of your car. So when we found Christian Brothers Automotive, it was a no-brainer, and they've been absolutely great.
We're excited to recognize Christian Brothers as the official auto repair partner of The Ramsey Show. Christian Brothers keeps things simple, honest, and transparent. Every repair is backed by their nationwide nice difference warranty. 3 years or 36,000 miles, whichever helps you more.
Listen, Dave, I'm first to admit I'm not into cars like you are, but the thing about Christian Brothers is I feel just as confident going in there. They're not trying to upsell me. I feel 100% confident that I'm going to get the service that I need.
Hey, if you want your car to last and stay on track with the baby steps, trust Christian Brothers. Go to cbac.com/Ramsey to find your local shop, schedule service, and get an exclusive Ramsey discount, 10% off your visit, up to $250.
Yeah, that's cbac.com/Ramsey. See store for details.
We wish we could get to every call that calls in, because usually some people leave voicemails and we can try to call them back and get them on the show, and then sometimes we can't. So if you have a money question and you want an answer to your specific situation, head to our website and use Ask Ramsey. So this is our new free AI tool that was built and trained on money-proven principles. So we have taken the money principles here at Ramsey and gone through it all and said, okay, here's how we would answer this question. And so it really is amazing. You can ask your question today at RamseySolutions.com, or if you are watching on YouTube or listening on podcasts, you can click the link in the description. All right, let's head to Houston, and we have Chris on the line.
H-Town. What's up, Chris?
Hi, Chris.
Hello. Thank you for taking the call.
Absolutely. How can we help today?
Well, I have a dilemma or trilemma. I don't know how to call it, but I'm a big car enthusiast, and I really want a fun sedan. We have 2 SUVs, fully functional. We don't need another car, but I want to, and I just want to hear your opinion if it's the time to buy something like that, or I should still wait. Or not buy at all. I don't know what would be the answer from your side.
Well, number one, I just want to shout you out, dude. The fact that you called and said, I don't need this, I want it, already, put you in a different category of person that usually calls us. Usually people are calling us and trying to explain why they need this thing so bad. So shout out to you for just keeping it real, dude. That's awesome.
Okay, so Chris, what's your financial situation? Do you have consumer debt?
No, we only have a mortgage, $200,000.
$200,000. How much do you guys make a year?
About $170,000, $180,000. Depends on the bonuses and stuff like that.
$178,000, is that what you said?
$170,000 or $180,000 per year.
$180,000, okay. And what do you have saved? How much money do you have that you would spend on this car?
Well, I check the net or the assets every quarter, and in January, we were close to $800,000 for everything, like retirement accounts.
Retirement. Okay.
Savings, the equity in the house. So everything total came to about a little bit less than $800,000. We have $45,000 in cash and another $70,000 in this what's called investment account, that is taxable account.
Okay. Is the $45,000 in cash? Is that all you have? Does that include an emergency fund too? Is that what you would use in case of an emergency, or do you have another fund for that?
Well, the taxable account is also accessible as emergency or something like that. But yeah, that's the cash. It's money market, $44,000. That's all emergency and kind of slash funds. So I don't break them by $1,000 or 3 to 6 months. It just stays there. We're not touching it as a saving account.
How much, from the lifestyle that you guys live, how much do you spend a month on your life, including mortgage and everything? How much do you think it is? Food, bills, all of it.
Very well. It's about $6,000-7,000 a month.
Okay. And do y'all have kids?
3, yes.
You have 3. Okay. Okay, perfect. Well, so you have that 45 and then that 17. So I would probably want a 6-month.
Not 17, 70.
Oh, 70. So, I'm so sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
So
okay.
110 and 20 depends on the day.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay. All right. So, and you guys are consistently investing in retirement, over 800,000. You said with equity in the home and retirement and everything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
We put about 20% in retirement.
Okay. How much do you want to spend on the car?
Well, it's about $35,000.
Okay. What kind of car is
I
it?
used one. BMW M550i, so sedan. We have 2 SUVs, and I'm going to desire for a fast sedan.
What does your wife think?
Well, she's not saying no, but then I have this guilt inside of me. I keep everybody on the budget, and now I need to splurge for myself. So that's another kind of factor in the decision making. I feel very bad that I'm keeping on a budget, all of us, and now suddenly I'll splurge on something that I've done.
We call that a midlife crisis, but we all have them, so that's okay.
Probably, yes.
Here's what I would like, the money side of it. Here's what I would like you to consider on the relationship side of it. What if you took your wife? How old are your kids, by the way?
Almost 8, 6, and 4.
Okay. So what if you took your wife out and y'all spent a half day together that you planned, and y'all dreamed about, hey, we almost have $1 million net worth. We have 3 amazing kids. Our marriage is good. Like, what do we want our house to look like? What are some dreams that we have? And give her an opportunity to put some things on the table that she might dream about, things that she would love to see and experience. And then y'all come up with some ways to fund everybody's vision. You get what I'm saying?
I do, and we kind of have quarterly business dates where we talk about that. We go to a nice restaurant and I give a report.
Oh, good.
This is what changed. Here we are. Where are we doing? What we're going to do next? What's your take? What should we focus on?
So, Chris, is there anything?
No.
but that's a business report. I want you to do a dreaming report.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything in the future that you guys are wanting to upgrade the house? Any renovations?
College
any big
funds?
trip? Yeah. Is there anything looming at all that this money could be used for? Or are you guys kind of in a holding pattern right now? You're like, we're kind of good. We're just investing in retirement and kids' college. The kids are little, and we're just stacking cash because we have margin.
I mean, nothing depends on those money. Like we go to Europe every year. I'm from Southeastern Europe, so we spend like $6,000 in tickets, and we can afford it without going to savings.
Yeah, you can just cash flow it, sure.
So, this doesn't depend on that kind of deal. So we have the plan for that. We've done it already.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, if I'm you, I'm looking at these numbers, and I'm thinking, okay, that's $70,000 that's in that one account. 35 of it is emergency fund. 35 would be car. So I'm basically, that account to me is non-existent anymore because I'm not even going to think about the emergency fund. I'm not calculating that. It's just going to be over here in case of an emergency, which means we have 45,000 in the other account. If something comes up, that again, we're not going to touch the emergency fund for, but if you needed, a big purchase, that's where I would go. Would be that $45,000 fund. So I'm saying, I mean, I think so. There's no big red flag right now for me. No, I mean, I think you guys are doing great. I think as long as you're consistently investing, you're living below your means, you have the cash for it, with, an extra $75,000 cushion, including the emergency fund after the purchase of this car, I would be okay with it.
The only, and financially, of course,
your wife.
I want you. And again, my bias is people only call me when things aren't going well in their marriages, right? So I don't want to put my bias on you, okay? But I do want you to ask yourself the question, and it might be you taking yourself out for a half day and doing some journaling, some writing out, some dreaming on your own. But do you want to get this car because like you said, you're a car enthusiast. You got a gang of guys you want to drive around with. You just want to go cruising in Houston. That's where I grew up. There's hundreds of miles of highways to drive. Is that what I want to do? Or Do I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old? I've got a routine, and I'm just finding myself getting bored.
More the motivation of the purchase.
Because you're gonna, if that's the case, you're gonna spend $35,000. You're gonna be bored on this one, and then you're immediately gonna start looking for the next one, and then the next one.
Right.
And so I would rather you deal with the am I co-creating a life with my wife where there is excitement and aliveness and eroticism and fun and responsibility? Are we doing that stuff together?
Or am I trying to escape?
Or am I trying to escape?
Mm-hmm.
And this becomes a really, really expensive, like a social media app, just a way to numb out the fact that I kind of am starting to feel kind of bored.
I see.
Get what I'm saying?
Very good advice. Thank you. Very well, yes.
Yeah. So from the financial side, Chris, I think you guys have enough margin. I think you're fine. If $35 left today, $35,000 left today, I think you guys would be fine. I really do. But John's insight is probably what I would put some of the focus on. So even saying no to this purchase might be a better decision for you, just for you. But if you're comfortable with the answers that you get when you ask yourself those questions, then
get that car and cruise the streets, baby.
It's a green light. Welcome back to The Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. I am Rachel Cruze, hosting this hour with Dr. John Delony. And you can give us a call at 888-825-5225. Okay, we're heading to Cleveland, Ohio to talk to Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
You're so welcome. How can we help today?
Well, I'm looking for guidance on how to wisely handle my elderly mother's finances without enabling a lifetime pattern of debt.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
So what's the current situation?
Yeah. My mother is 83. She's single and lives alone in a rural community in another state. Her only income is Social Security of about $1,400 a month, and she has no savings. For decades, she cycled between being rescued financially and accumulating $40,000 in debt. And it seems as though that she has a spending addiction and she makes desperate financial decisions and never followed a budget. So right now she owns her home outright with low property taxes, less than $1,000 a year, and the house is set up for aging in place. Okay. Our hope is that she can live out her years there. It's far cheaper than renting, and she also has an older, reliable car. So the situation now is she's currently in debt of $40,000 again. It's $32,000 in a HELOC and $8,000 in credit card debt. Then she took out various life insurance policies to cover her debt because those television ads during the day geared towards her demographic.
Cable news.
They're predatory, yep.
Pardon?
They're predatory. Yeah, they prey on
it's awful.
Exactly. People in her situation, lonely, by themselves, isolated, and they scare them to death, and then they sell them a solution to their fear.
Right. So now she's paying $40,000, or now she's got $40,000 in debt, paying interest, making minimum payments, and paying for those life insurance policies.
Okay, hold on. I want to cut to the reality.
Yes.
Has she come to you and said, "I have a problem, will you help"?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
So 2 weeks ago, she came to me and asked if I could give her $500 to help with some expenses, and I said no.
Okay.
She then made arrangements to make some late payments to creditors, and we think that she's going to be in dire straits in about a month. So my husband and I have an idea that we're considering: paying off her debt, taking control of her Social Security income, putting her on a strict budget, trimming her expenses, getting as much assistance as possible, paying her bills directly, and giving her a small weekly allowance. But currently her expenses are more than her Social Security, so she might not get an allowance. We would like to inherit the house. It's in a lake community. But the big concern is how do we prevent her from opening new credit, doing a reverse mortgage, or creating another mess instead of her living within her means with food and shelter. So our question is paying off my mother's debt and taking over her finances wise, or is there a better way to address the issue?
I mean, if she would agree to that and also agree to signing over financial control to you guys, make you like financial power of attorney, and also freeze her credit.
I was gonna say freezing her credit,
so she can't take out any loans, and no one can take out loans against. You know what I mean. If she agree, and you had the code, right? You had to log in to unfreeze her credit. I mean, that sounds like a good solution. I don't think it's a good solution to. I don't like the word allowance because I think she's going to balk at that.
Okay.
And because then she's going to feel like suddenly she's your middle school child. And that's a hard psychological shift for somebody. But if you, and also we want her to have a good quality of life, right? Like I want her to have some money to go do some stuff and whatever, but there is, like you said, there's a financial reality. So if she would agree to all that, I could see that being a great solution.
Yeah. I mean, I may be Debbie Downer in it in the sense that like when, an 83-year-old, I don't know how much change is going to occur in her to figure out,
there will be no, there'll be no like psychological awakening here.
Agree.
Right.
There's no learning.
No.
So it's more just keeping,
training.
honestly, it's more just keeping peace with her in her latter part of her life, right? Keeping the lights on and helping her stay afloat. I mean, it's basically what you guys are doing. You're helping her survive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll also say I think this is my personal take, that the main driver underneath a lot of this pathology in aging populations is loneliness. And so if there was some sort of, you have to get involved, you have to do some things with the local community groups, you have to do some stuff, because that has a way of, that will keep her alive longer. That will give her more reason to wake up every day. And all, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have siblings, Elizabeth?
No, I'm an only child.
Okay.
And in the sandwich generation of taking care of our own family and
Yes. And are you guys in a financial spot to do this?
Yeah, I think so. For that amount, if as a gift, if we were to cover roughly $40,000, we wouldn't want to do it again.
Right.
So we want to prevent.
Totally. But you guys have
that.
the cash. Like you wouldn't be putting yourselves in a bad position in order to do that.
Well, my husband recently retired, so he's got access to retirement money. And
how much you guys have?
We have a net worth of $2 million.
Okay. And what's he say? What does your husband say about all of it?
He would like to help out.
Oh, sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility, and there's going to be tax implications in this, so sitting down with a good tax pro or tax attorney would be helpful here. Is there a possibility that y'all buy the house and put it in your name? That way nobody else can take a lien out on it. She can't take out another HELOC somehow, or you know what I'm saying?
We considered that. We also have a daughter in high school, and we're about to start funding college, and we don't want to have more assets.
Mm-hmm. Not until it's turned over. Yeah, that makes sense. So yes, I mean, if she's willing to do all of that, Elizabeth, I think at this point, I think that's smart. I mean, I think, you taking over and her, because it's her literally reaching out to you and saying, I can't do this anymore because I obviously cannot be trusted to make smart decisions, and I need someone to step in. And she's 83. How's her health?
Yeah.
Is her health, is she in good health?
She's okay. She has diabetes, so that's chronic. But other than that, and it's controlled.
Okay.
I'm guessing she'll be with us for at least 10 plus years.
Okay.
Yeah, and who knows? I if she agrees to all of your things, which I would just, given my experience, put that as a big maybe.
Yeah.
If she does, you have to steel yourself, for she will say mean things to you. She'll call you crying. She'll be upset with you. very similar to how a teenager would be, with some pretty significant boundaries. And you and your husband are going to have to know part of this is not just going to be holding the line financially, but we're going to have the emotional fortitude to deal with a mom that suddenly turns on us, even though we're trying to help, because I think that will come with this territory here.
Hey guys, Dave Ramsey here. Every day on this show, we help people work through real money problems and figure out what to do next. Now, you can get that same kind of help anytime with Ask Ramsey. Ask your money question and get answers built on Ramsey principles we use on the show. Whether you're making a decision or just want something explained, Ask Ramsey is here to help. It's fast, simple, and free to use. Go to RamseySolutions.com and try Ask Ramsey today. That's RamseySolutions.com.
If you're working the baby steps, the best and fastest way to do it is by using EveryDollar. And this is more than just our budgeting app. It is now the plan that is built right in. So you can track your progress, you can get personalized recommendations and coaching for your situation that will help you free up more money and work the plan even faster. So it's like having us walk with you every single day through your money journey. So start EveryDollar for free by downloading it in the App Store or Google Play. All right, let's go to Alex in Idaho. Hi, Alex. Alex, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Good. So my question is, I know Dave teaches to put 15% of your income into retirement. Is there ever an appropriate time to stop making those contributions before retirement?
Possibly. I mean,
For what?
Investing is really part of the whole financial picture that you're looking at for your future and different, generations beyond. How much do you have right now in retirement?
I have $850,000 in my retirement. I'm 50 years old. I plan to work for at least the next 10 years. This last year, I did $20,000 in contributions, and my 401k grew by $100,000. Mm-hmm. And so when I put my figures into an investment calculator, it says in the next 10 years, with no additional contributions, I'll be at $2.3 million. And with $20,000 in contributions in 10 years, I'd be at $2.6 million. So would it be, it's a $300,000 difference, but should I start taking more elaborate vacations now rather than wait?
How much do you make a year?
My wife and my combined income is about $215,000.
215. Okay. Yeah. And so, you put 20,000 in as your 15%.
Yeah. Well, and that's just my side of it. She's got a pension plan she puts into.
That she's going to be okay. Well, for me, I think it's more than just the numbers to me. Part of it is the numbers. And then part of it too is looking at your whole financial picture and is it balanced? Meaning we always want to be giving, we always want to be saving, and we want to be spending and enjoy. So my question to you is that $20,000 that big of a swing for you guys lifestyle wise?
Well, I'm not sure. I feel like we've got a pretty good lifestyle right now. We go on vacation and we have fun and things. But again, $20,000, we could do a lot more fun stuff.
Sure.
Well, and I guess I would ask you to expand your time horizon, because you're talking about compound growth over a decade. But imagine yourself at 80 if you live for, 3 more decades. That gap is going to be significantly bigger. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
And so, again, I don't have a calculator in front of me, but you say, like, if I go out 10 years, one is 2.3 and one is 2.6. If you go out another 10 years, is it going to be 2.6, or is it going to be 4, and then it's going to be 6 million, right? It begins to compound pretty significantly the longer you go out.
Right.
And so, and I'm kind of with Rachel. I don't get the depth of your question, because if you're making $250K a year, y'all are bringing home a chunk of change. And so $1,800 a month into retirement doesn't seem like that will impact your monthly anything at all.
Is your house paid off, Alex?
It is.
It is. Okay. Good for you guys. I mean, listen, you're an adult. I think you guys can run the numbers and decide for yourself which one. Part of the baby steps and what continues on, like Winston and I, we have enough. We're fine if we stopped, but we're not stopping. It is still this continual pattern for us, because there is something about the giving, the saving, the spending, all of it that creates something in all of us. It does something for us. And, yeah, I don't know. And it's 800,000, which I get in 7 years. It doubles. I know all of that, but there is something about just having some cushion there. And I'm not a big scarcity mentality person, but again, it's not like you have 8 million and we're like, oh yeah, you're fine. There's still a life to be lived. And you guys, I just don't want you to ever touch that principle, to be able to live off the interest. And so for me, I would continue investing, but you guys can decide. All right, let's go to Darian in Colorado Springs. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, we're doing great. How can we help?
So we have 2 houses, one I purchased in 2020, one we purchased in 2023 when we got married. We've been renting out the townhouse that we purchased in 23, and we bought it and it was on the very high end of our budget, and we used rental income to qualify. But we are now trying to sell it. And when we did have it rented out, we rented it for $2,000, and with the HOA and everything, we were losing like $850 a month.
Oh
on
gosh!
It.
Well, that's not a good investment.
No, it was not. So now we're trying to sell it, and we bought it for $350. We still owe $322, and comps in the area show we should be able to sell it, around $325, which is not great, because after fees and like title fees and everything, and realtors, our realtor said that we'd probably end up bringing like $30,000 to the table to sell this house, which is wild.
Oh.
We looked at like a cash offer for it, and it's $285, so we'd be 40 under, 40,000 under that way. So I have it listed again, trying to rent it, but it doesn't have air conditioning, and
why doesn't it have air conditioning?
Good question. Every other house in this townhouse complex has air conditioning except for ours. So
because you're Colorado Springs, I guess, and it's just.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's been hot there the last few summers.
It has. So I'm not sure how we got away with this, or purchased it with it, without it. Definitely an oversight. But we were newly married and excited to buy a house, so we did, and we went overboard. So
what's your question?
We've also looked at, I guess, doing like going into foreclosure, or doing a lien in lieu of foreclosure.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so this is
that'll trash our whole financial picture. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's almost like getting a $30,000 loan and calling it stupid tax, which is a lot. But when you make, I mean, my hope would be that you could sell it. Are you guys? I guess you have the 2 mortgages. How much is the mortgage?
The mortgage on that one is $2,600.
And are y'all able to cash flow that right now with your current income?
Not well, because we also have that second mortgage, and we have somebody living in our current house, so they're paying a little bit, but we're also kind of trying to bless them, so we're not charging them what we should be for this.
Wait, do you have do you have a
house.
renter in the property right now?
No, in our other house that we are currently living in, our primary, the one that I bought in 2020.
You have a
it's
renter in that
four-bedroom,
with you
so
guys?
We have friends that are living with us that are renting.
Okay.
That's a messy, complex situation, brother. Could you sell your current residence and go back and move into your townhome for a season?
With no air conditioning.
We could. We were paying a little less at the 4-bedroom, which is wild. So the townhouse has 1,400 square feet. The other one has like 2,200 square feet. So it is quite a bit bigger.
I get that.
And we've made renovations on it and stuff.
I guess hear me say, at some point you're going to have to make some sacrifices.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put it on the market and I would try, and I would sell it. And then if you guys have a $30,000 crap mistake, loan out there that you're like, that was our stupid tax. That's better than sitting there and paying $2,600 every single month for the foreseeable future, right? So, yep. I mean, I would sell it ASAP. I would not go down the foreclosure route.
If you've been working the plan, paying off debt, saving, and changing your family tree, I'm proud of you. And if you're in baby step 4 or beyond, it's time to celebrate. The Live Like No One Else cruise is back March 14 through 21, 2027. Join the Ramsey personalities and me as we sail to Half Moon Cay, Cozumel, Jamaica, and Grand Cayman on the ultimate debt-free vacation. Cabins will sell out just like last time. Lock in yours with a $600 deposit at RamseySolutions.com/events.
Over on the debt-free stage, we have Brandon and Taryn from Fresno, California. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
For being debt-free. How much debt did you guys pay off?
$291,000.
Oh my gosh. And what did that consist of?
Our house.
Yes, another house payoff. Oh my gosh. Okay, how long did it take you?
About 4 years and 3 months.
4 years, and making what kind of income during that time?
From 100 to 200.
Whoa, what was the jump?
Side jobs got busier.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I mean, $100,000 in side jobs, not bad.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
Doggy daycare. Yeah, that was one of the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, what do you guys do for a living, and then what were some of the side hustles?
I'm in medical appeals.
Okay.
So she works from home. I do apartment maintenance.
Yeah.
And then for side work, I carry on with that. So if someone has like a dishwasher that needs work or plumbing, electrical, whatever, I just go there, do stuff, and then they tell other people, and they just keep talking and telling other people.
Awesome.
So.
Yes, the references are real, right? When people talk about it.
The references are real. That's like a T-shirt. That's awesome.
I think so.
Absolutely.
It's like when they were like, "Listen, Brandon's the best," and everyone's like, "Well, let me use Brandon."
And you do medical appeals like on behalf of patients?
Yeah, I don't make the decisions. I just build cases. So.
On behalf of humanity, can I say thank you for fighting the good fight?
It's a lot.
You see a lot of stuff, that's for sure.
I bet. Okay,
Yeah.
so what happened 4 years ago that you guys thought we want to pay off almost $300,000 and pay off our house?
Yeah.
Well, it started in 2019 when we were gifted the FPU class.
Yeah.
And so we paid off all of our consumer debt. It was $47K then. It was the credit card for the wedding, it was student loans, and it was her car. So after that, then we had the funds to go towards saving for an emergency fund, saving for a house, and which we only put nine grand down, but we knew that the ability that we had was so much greater, so we just started smacking the house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that journey like for 4 years? You're
It was
focused
a
on
lot.
it.
It was fun.
It was honestly a lot of fun. We learned a lot about ourselves, and we got it as a wedding gift, actually, FPU. And we kind of, honestly, at first we kind of rolled our eyes. We're like, yeah, we already kind of know about money a little bit or whatever. And so we're like, well, she got it for us. Let's go to the class. And we left and we're like, I don't know crap. And it changed our lives, and we learned a lot about ourselves and each other, and it definitely changed our lives for the best, and it made our marriage even stronger.
Was that year one of marriage in 2019 when you guys, so, oh man, you guys, that's amazing. Starting off your marriage, changing the way you view money.
Yeah.
Pay off all the consumer debt, you do the emergency fund, all of it, and then you look up and you're like, all right, now it's time to tackle the house. And you did it in 4 years. So you guys seem very organized. Did you map out and see, okay, how long is it going to take us? And did you do it faster than what you originally thought?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's the nerd. He had the spreadsheet, and I was like,
So
okay.
we use every dollar.
Yes.
But I also did Excel, and I would do all kinds of formulas showing like what we originally had for interest, PMI, all of that. It was like 800 and something a month that we were just losing in the house. I'm like, all right, well, every month when I plug in what the current balance is, it shows lower amounts. And so I'm like, oh, like we're saving this much from when we started.
Yeah.
And the number just got smaller and smaller each month. And then we're like, let's just keep going, just knock it out. Then we'll move on from there.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Okay, that's a lot of side hustles. That means for the last 4 years,
for 100
you've
grand.
been busy.
So I only did the after hours work for people. She also did Rover, and then a ton of people word of mouth as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog sitting is what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
So you're like fighting insurance companies and petting dogs?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You're like you married a saint, homie. That's awesome.
I did.
Was it a pretty good side hustle? We do hear people doing this, and I feel like it's like it pays well.
It started off as obviously just paying off debt, and we paid off our debt. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna stop doing this. It's just second nature to me at this point.
Yes.
And so
The first year was $600 for Rover.
Yeah.
And it just went up.
Kept going crazy.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are awesome. Well done. Did you guys have people that were cheering you on or on the other end making fun of you of what you guys are doing with all your working extra and everything? Were people like, y'all are crazy?
Kind of both. I think the amount of dogs we would have during holidays, they're like, y'all are psycho. It's like, yeah, we kind of are, but it's worth it. But our families were super supportive. We had friends that were super supportive. Like they'd bring it up in conversations like, okay, so where are you? And it's like, oh God, I don't even know. I need to bring up the spreadsheet. So we had an awesome support group.
Okay, sometimes people do their debt-free scream and they actually hit the last payment a few months ago. Mm-hmm. Have y'all had it where you both got your direct deposits in your accounts and you have no house payment?
Yeah.
Tell everybody what that feels like.
Well, you had the problem of debt before, but your new problem is now you have to think, what do I do with this money?
Or like, what savings are we going to put it in?
That sounds like such an insane thing for most people listening to this. Like, I have all this money. What do I do with it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, what are your next goals? Have you guys kind of dreamed about the future and been like, here's what we
so we're in California now, and now that we have a paid off house, we're saving. We actually want to move to Tennessee.
Oh.
So maybe like Crossville to Knoxville area.
Come on, dude.
Yes.
And so,
it's a beautiful part of the country.
And with my background, we want to build a big barn dough on some land. So
fun.
At the speed of cash.
That's a fun dream though.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
What's this house worth that you paid off?
Right now, like $420.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So great, you guys. So if there's someone listening and they think there's no way I could pay off my house. I got a 30-year mortgage. It'll be in 30 years. It just is what it is. What would you tell them the secret to paying off your house is?
If you're married, be a team, and that will get you through, and trust God. There were so many times that like we're both very just like keep your head down and work, and then you just kind of look up and we're like, I don't understand where all this money came from, but God was good the entire time, and he carried us through, and we wouldn't have made it through without him. So be a team and trust God.
Yeah, and be faithful and keep tithing.
Yeah.
God has his rules, and he don't stop believing in him.
Yes. Continue it on. Oh, I love it, you guys. Okay, are y'all going to chill on the side hustles a little bit now that you have a paid off house?
I mean,
we don't know what that means.
For now.
I know, y'all are just like...
He's going to buy some property in Crossville, dude.
I mean, we just went to Costa Rica. We got back 2 weeks ago. We got a little tan, so...
Yes, good for you guys.
Yeah, we'll slow down a little. She's got a baby working on the way, so...
Congratulations,
Thank
first
you.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys. What a beautiful
Dude, you're going to bring
way.
this kid into the world with no financial stress.
It's amazing.
That's the goal.
I told him I think the biggest gift is that we're bringing her home to a paid off house, and that's like...
crazy.
Gets me emotional just
Okay,
thinking about it.
I'll go one deeper. You're bringing her to a house where two parents love each other and trust each other and have accomplished hard things together.
Yeah.
And the greatest gift we can give our kids is to love our spouse well.
Yeah.
And like a byproduct of that is y'all paid off your house.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, this kid won the lottery. And not because of the money y'all make, but because they've got two hardworking parents that love each other and know how to do hard stuff. That's incredible.
It's wild. It's
That's
so wild.
so cool, man.
So beautiful. Is it different than how you guys grew up?
Yeah, very. It was growing up for me. I would say there were financial problems. I didn't know about them as a kid,
but you
then
feel them.
I felt it. Like you felt the tension.
Yep.
And they would just say, don't worry about it. But then like growing up and now kind of helping my parents in those ways, I'm like, oh man. So it's crazy. And
that's the beautiful part of the changing your family tree aspect of this, right? Which I feel like is such a bigger why in all of this money stuff that we talk about. Yes, we want peace in the present, and not having all these payments gives you that.
Yeah.
But then there's something even greater of what you continue on in your family. So you guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely incredible. All right.
Let's let it rip.
We got Brandon and Taryn from Fresno, California. They paid off $291,000, which was the house, in 4 years, making $100,000 to $200,000 a year. All
and
right.
mostly side hustles. So awesome.
And lots of dogs. Lots of animals.
Lot of dogs.
All right, you guys, count it down. Let's hear a big debt-free scream. All right.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt-free!
So great. That's amazing. The house payoff stuff, that's just wild. Wild.
Anytime a young couple like this in a place like California goes through hell for 4 years to pay off their house, they're like that kid in math class in middle school when you're like, nobody can get an A on this, and that kid's like, I'm gonna study so hard I'll get an A.
Do it.
They show everybody that yes, you can.
Amazing. Congratulations, you guys. We're proud of you. Brandon and Taryn from Fresno, well done.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Jade, and I'm pumped for the new year, and I hope you are too. But the problem is, most people start the new year with a lot of promises and no real plan. You know how it is. I'm gonna save money, or I'm gonna get my financial act together. But without a plan, you just wing it and hope it works out. Listen, don't play yourself. I want you to win, and our Every Dollar app is the game changer you need. In 15 minutes, Every Dollar helps you build a plan based on where you're at with money right now. And every day, the app coaches you with ways to find extra money so you can beat debt and build wealth faster. It's like having me in your pocket, helping you stay on track all year long. So don't just wish your money works out. You can be the one to actually make it happen this year. Download the Every Dollar Budget app and get started right now for free.
Our scripture of the day comes from Psalms 145, 16 and 17. You open your hands, you satisfy the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways and kind in his works. Frank Zappa said, your mind is like a parachute. If it isn't open, it doesn't work.
Yes! That's good.
Well done. Open the mind. Learn.
And jump out of a plane.
And jump out with a parachute. All right, let's go to Newark, New Jersey, and we have Elizabeth on the line. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. How can we help today?
So I guess I kind of have two questions for you guys. One question would be, how do I get over anger and resentment towards my husband that has just kind of built up and now it's just coming to a head because he's had life changes?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second question is, how do I express to him I'm scared he is going to put us in debt without him getting defensive?
Oh, you're asking impossible questions.
That's the marriage therapist to take the lead.
Okay, so tell me why you're angry.
Well, since I got pregnant, back in 2016. My husband and I only knew each other for about 6 months. We got pregnant, and we both just decided, we're going to do this thing. I became a stay-at-home mom. He was just kind of doing his own thing. He's a handyman, works construction. He was picking up jobs here and there, but he needed insurance. And I had a child and put the child on my insurance. So then once he found like a big boy job, like a corporate job, a good job, we went on his insurance, and I completely, everything went from me to his responsibility. So he got his shit together, so to speak. And now he left that job and is kind of doing his side hustle, which is technically our side hustle because I have no job still 8 years later. But I feel like he's going backwards because he finally has freedom again, if that makes sense. And the resentment is just coming from him picking and choosing when he wanted to help me at home for a stay-at-home mom. For instance, the house is, I've been burnt out. So the house isn't up to par. The laundry's not done. The dishes aren't done. Nothing is getting done in the house because I'm tired. So he said, is everything okay? Instead of just helping and, doing it, he's like, what's going on?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm fully honest with you, y'all have deeper issues than I can handle and address on this call.
Okay.
And here's why. Y'all have found yourself at a place in your marriage where it is you versus him. And he is standing there with his hands out, either A, choosing to not help you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, or he doesn't know how to love you in a way that you can feel loved.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I know, but hold on. But that gap between the two of you, because here's what I would tell you. If you have been very clear with him, and again, what I'm telling you sucks. It's the worst because it sounds like I'm giving you another thing to do. I get that. But often I sit with men all over the country who are like, I'm trying to love well, and everything I do is wrong, and I don't know what to do next. And to their, I don't credit them. This is a fault, but they just stop doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would challenge you to do is to give him a path. Here's ways you can love me right now.
Okay.
And that sounds ridiculous. I shouldn't have to tell him. He should just know. All those things can be true, but the reality is where you find yourself right now is he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not doing everything you can on a day in and day out basis to see each other, to know each other, to celebrate each other, then everything is a battlefield.
Yeah. And that's where we are.
Okay, so somebody has to, you've heard me say this on the show before, somebody has to turn the lights on, turn the music off, this dance y'all are doing, and somebody has to say, we're married, we're not in a good place right now, I still want to be married to you, but we got to rebuild this marriage from the floor up. Are you in? And if he says yes, then you have to be willing to say, okay, here's what that would look like right now, and he has to say, here's what that would look like right now, and y'all both have to get after it.
Oh.
And so, but you got to go see a professional at this point in your marriage because the resentment's simmering. It's too hot.
Yeah, Elizabeth, I hope that helps. And again, I hate that we can't unfold and have a solution right now. But honestly, sitting down with someone, a third party, and it's gonna be a lot of work for you guys, but it's possible. All right, let's go to Toby in Chicago. Hi, Toby. Welcome to the show.
Hello. How are we?
Hi. Doing great. How can we help?
Yes, I am getting ready to get a settlement for roughly $3.5 million from my employer at work.
Oh, what
happened? $2.5 million? What happened?
Well, my boss pretty much threatened to whip my butt and fire me, and then they retaliated against me and kept me from getting a promotional job by hiring people who weren't. You have to have a certain license to have that job, and they kept hiring people that didn't have that qualification.
So you sued him in civil court and you won $2.5 million?
Well, I went through the EEOC, and then the EEOC gave me a declaration to sue, and then I hired an attorney, and we settled.
Okay. Where are you at financially right now, Toby? Do you have consumer debt?
The only debt I have is my mortgage, and that's $108,000.
$108,000. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I know how to spend $108,000 of the 2.5, so it gets you down to 2.4. Okay.
3.5 million.
3.5. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, when it comes to, a large chunk of money, whether it's inheritance, a settlement, anything like that, we always say to remember the 3 buckets of money. And this is really important because you can easily do 1 or 2 of these, but all 3 are really crucial. And that's to give some, to save some, and to spend some. And honestly, on the spend side, I would hold off any major purchase.
No major purchases, no cars, no jet skis, no nothing for like 6 or 9 months.
Yeah, I would say for probably 6 months, just for you guys to emotionally take all this in and just kind of know where you're at. If you can practice not significantly changing your lifestyle, like in a crazy way, you can go on a great vacation and maybe, upgrade the cars and all of it. But this is almost like lottery type money that people win. They'll win like a Powerball here or there, whatever it is. And they end up going broke, right? Or, you talk to professional athletes and they get a signing bonus and then 3 years later they're broke because they end up spending all of it. So, Toby, the biggest thing is going to be to be really disciplined and to have a detailed plan. And I would sit down with a SmartVestor Pro and map out for you guys, hey, what could a future look like for us where we can enjoy some of this? Absolutely. But also, where can we put this long term that can change us, our kids, our family tree completely? Because how old are you guys?
I am 33 years old, and my girlfriend, she is 28.
All right, we got a girl in the picture.
And both of us are pretty much debt free.
Okay, is she the one?
Yeah, oh yeah. We'll be. She just finished. We had an agreement that we were going to get married after she finished her college, and she just finished her master's degree.
Okay.
All right, so your first $3,000 is buying a ring. Or if you're Rachel, your first $50,000 is buying a ring.
50. I was going to say at least 5, John, of the 3 point something.
Well, and I already have a ring bought, but that was one of the first things I thought was getting something a little bit nicer.
I love that. Yes, Toby, absolutely. And you know what? You guys need to sit down and have some great premarital counseling because you guys are walking into wealth. I mean, in this whole...
And it 100% will change your relationship.
Yes, and you don't know how to handle it all right now because you haven't done it before. So remember, discipline, practice, get a team around you to walk with you, people that you trust deeply. Well, that's it for the show. Remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.